Hello, welcome to Yoga with Weight. And so this class is all about bringing in weight with our yoga practice. So you'll see kind of three sets of weight here. I've got a heavier set that's 8 pounds. If you don't have a heavier set, don't worry about it. I'll just show you different places where you can bring in heavier weight when you're ready. I have a light set, which is 2 pounds. And then my medium set, or what I'm calling my medium set, is here, and that's about 5 pounds. What light, medium, or heavy are you? It's going to be different things for different people. However, I will say if you have never done yoga with weights before, please do this without the weights first. Make sure your form is good before bringing in the weights. Always start with lighter and then work up to the heavier. You do yourself no favors if you start with heavier off the bat when you're not ready for it. That puts you at risk for injury. And same thing with form. If you don't have good form without the weight, adding the weights in will not magically create better form for you. So master your form first before bringing the weights in. And because we're going to flow a little bit in the beginning to warm up before we bring weights in, you may want a block or two here. We've got low lunges also in our future as well if you want them. Otherwise, they may not be needed. So that being said, I've got my medium weights here in front of me, just so that they're there when we go out wide leg forward fold, but we're also going to use one of them for a little bit of a warm up here in a moment. So go ahead and put your medium weight or your light weight, if you've got your light weight right in front of you. And we'll sit nice and tall here. And let's come to a nice tall sit. So zipping up from pubic bone behind the navel. If you're not sure what that means, that sensation that you create for yourself when you're putting on a tight pair of jeans fresh from the dryer, you maybe have to kind of suck it up and in a little bit, that same sensation. But you also want to be able to breathe and sit and move with ease. And speaking of that breath, I'm going to expand that rib cage on my inhale. And envision a deflation of the belly on that exhale. So you can even place your hands here and kind of feel that. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. And exhale. Good. Now, while you're here and still breathing, create an intention for this practice. What would you like to give or receive? Maybe, strong, improving strength, or I am strong can be a good intention. And then once you're ready, good. Let's prepare the spine. Let's take the arms up. Big inhale, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, let's take a nice side bend towards the left, reaching over. Breathing and expanding, trying to keep shoulders and hips in that same alignment. And then we'll move through center. We'll take it to the other side. Reaching and expanding. And then from here, we'll come back up and reach. And we'll rotate towards the left as the arms come down. Roll the shoulders back, looking a little bit more behind you. Remember, nice tall spine here, twisting from length. Inhale to lift. Exhale, moving through center. We'll go to the other side. Arms are going to come down, rolling shoulders back. Keep breathing. And then inhale to lift. Exhale, come to center. Good. So we're going to warm up our shoulders a little bit here with the weight. So I'm going to take one of my 5-pound weights. And then I'm just going to just kind of make some rolls here. Okay. So I'm keeping this tight. I don't want my elbows out to the side. Good. Make sure that you take it up high enough to clear your head. Good. Use your core muscles to help you with this movement. Core is involved here more than you think. Good. Let's reverse that pattern. Good. And breathing. Let's take a few more. Should start to be getting just a little bit tired now, but nothing too extreme. Good. And then we'll take that back down. You can put this weight back down here with this mate in front of you. So from here, let's go to all fours. All fours. And from the all fours, good. We're going to take this into a downward facing dog, So hands might come a little bit more forward, fingers spread wide, tucking the toes, shifting back, pressing in and forward into the hands as you lift the knees and hips. Good. So come into a good down dog form. Probably feels a little stretchy right now. You want, as you press in and forward into your hands, root through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. Shoulders away from the ears, turning those elbows towards your pointer and middle finger, pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mouths. Good. Let's get any little movement here that would feel good to you. Good. And then from here, once you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Just walk or step this one forward to meet the hands. Now, once you're here, bend the knees. Good. With or without your block. You can also come to shins or thighs. I want you to push into your legs as you lift up. So legs are taking the load, not the back, as you come to nice flat back here. And then we'll bend the knees as we come back down. Again, press into the feet and the legs. Lift and lengthen. And one more time. We'll bend those knees. Good. Hands to the chest. Press into the feet and the legs. We'll take that up. Maybe reaching up. Maybe it's a little bit of a back bend here. And coming hands to heart center. Good. So from here, let's go into some standing cat-cow. So I'm just going to bend the knees. I'm keeping a long back here to start. Hands on the thighs. Good. As I tuck my tail and round, there's your cat pose. Good. Then as I take my chest forward, tilting the pelvis back, there's your cow pose. So work your spine where you need to work it. So if extension, which is this one right here, is not for you, then don't go there. Just do the flexion. If flexion is not for you, then only do the extension. Move with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Press through the feet. And we'll rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Let's do one more half sun salute, and then we'll get right into it. So from here, big inhale, and we'll reach. Exhale, hands to heart center, bending the knees. Hands to the floor, to the block. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Pressing through the legs to get there. Exhale, and we'll bow. Hands to the chest, pressing through the legs, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. I'm just going to move these. Move it more forward here. Feel free to use your blocks as you need them. From here, big inhale, hands chest center. Exhale, we'll bend to lower. Planting the hands, inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, pressing through those legs. Exhale, and we'll bow. From here, step back into a plank pose. Maybe hold that plank for a moment. Find your length, find your strength, find your power. Let's lower the knees on this first one, untuck the toes. Elbows come forward, elbows come straight back. Good. Inhale, baby cobra, medium cobra, or a high cobra. Exhale, and we'll lower. In the way that's best for you, find your downward facing dog. Find your breath. And let your intention and your breath guide you. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. From here, hands to the chest, pressing through the feet and the legs, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart center, bending the knees, taking it back down, hands to the floor. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Make the legs work. Exhale, and we'll bow. Planting the hands. Step or hop back to plank, you choose. Take or skip a flow. Always taking a moment in your down dog to reset your form. So if you've got a shoulder issue, but you're able to support your weight up here, this is especially important for a nice strong shoulder girdle. Make sure that the eyes of the elbows here are pointing forward towards your middle and pointer finger. It'll give you a little bit more stability in the shoulders. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Hands to prayer, pressing through the legs, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll go one more time. Inhale to prepare, hands at heart center. Exhale, and we'll bend and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, pressing through the legs. Exhale, we'll bow. Planting the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Remember, if you're flowing, halfway down is all you need. No need to go all the way to the floor. Coming back to down dog. Reconnecting with good form. Reconnecting with breath. And from that down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands, pressing through the feet and the legs. Lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Pressing through the feet and the legs. We'll come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. So just take a moment, reflect on how you feel. Good. Make sure you've got your weight, light or medium, kind of to the side of the mat here. We're going to low lunge and step out wide. So from here, when you're ready, good. Hands at heart center, inhale. Exhale, bend the knees and come down. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bend the knees as we fold. Now, as we fold, just go ahead and shake the head yes. And shake that head no. Good. Now, while I'm down here, I'm going to reset my blocks because I'm going to use them for this slow lunge. And then, good. Pressing in, I'm going to find some length in the torso, stepping my right foot back. Good. And then I'm going to lower that right knee down. Good. So while I'm here, I'm just going to find that nice, good length. And you can adjust your blocks at any height that's appropriate for your body, but you want this front heel to be grounded, so step it more forward if it's not. Good, so we're pressing through, we've got that length. Breathing, we're still drawing up and in here. Good. Right hand on the floor or onto a block, open through the chest, not from the shoulder, as you twist to the left. And now try not to let that left knee go out to the side. Try to keep it in line with the hip. And we'll take that hand back down. Good. From here, I'm going to bring my blocks forward. I'm going to plant the hand, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, walk both hands on the inside of that foot. Good. And walk out wide. So as I'm walking out wide here, good. Find a stable stance. So maybe pressing through the outer edges of the feet here, hips, knees, and toes are tracking forward for right now. And just kind of notice how this feels. Now from here, I am going to bend the knees just a little bit, and then I'm going to grab my weight, maybe one at a time to the chest, and then using the legs as I come back up. Good. So hips, knees, and toes are going to turn out now. Good. So from here, just go ahead and do a little medial delt, just like that. Just make sure that the weights are appropriate and they aren't too heavy. And then that being said, good. We're just going to hold our weights right here. Good. Then we're going to squat, medial delt lift. Squat, medial delt. There's 2, 3, no higher than the shoulders, no lower than the knees. I think this is 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Pause right here, hammer curl. Take it down and lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. You can lower the weight. Actually, you know what? Let's take them back to the chest. Squat, lower, and drop them there for a moment. Hands come to the floor. Good. And then just get a moment here and coming side to side. Good. Now from here, good. I'm just going to turn in this back foot, turn out the front foot, walk that back around, plant the hand, front foot steps back. You choose take or skip a flow. I'm going to skip this one. And then we're going to take that all to the other side. So just so that my back is not to you, I'm just going to bring my block to the other side here. And then from that downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Pressing through the legs, lift and lengthen halfway, nice long back. Exhale, and we'll bend those knees. So now your left leg is going to step back. Good. Let that left knee come down. Good. Find that up runner here, low lunge. Find your length. Zip up, nice and tight. Find the appropriate length that you need for height, rather, that you need for your block. And when you're ready, we're going to come into that twist. So the left hand is on the block or to the floor. Good. From the chest, open up to the left or the right, in the opposite direction of what we did before. And we'll take that back down. Good. From here, I'll take my blocks more forward. Good. Plant the hands, tuck, untuck the back toe, lift that back knee, hands on the inside, walk that around. Good. So again, we're going to grab our weight, a little bit of a bend in the knees, maybe one hand at a time to the chest, using your legs to come back up. Okay. Now, from the hips, everything's going to turn back out. So this time, we're going to do a lateral raise. Lateral raise. So from here, squat, lateral raise. Squat, and raise. 3, 4, exhale on the exertion. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. From here, come right here. Pull those arms back. First set of tricep kickbacks. We're going to take it back. And I like to press my palms behind me. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Woo! Maybe come up out of there for a moment. Good. When you're ready, good. I'm going to bring everything back in. I'm just going to bend the knees, taking this down. Good. Walking the hands back around the front foot. Get there the way you need to. Plant the hands. Front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. And noticing how you feel. Do you need a water break? Do you need a child pose? Do you need a towel break already? Do what it is that you need to do. From your down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Good. Pressing through those feet and the legs, hands up prayer, coming all the way up. Reach up, get just that little bit of a back bend. And exhale, hands back to heart center. Okay. So we're going to take this into some high lunges, and you have the option to add on dips here, and we're going to do a second set of biceps and triceps with this. So you could use your medium weights. A lot of this depends on how strong you are. I'm going to use my heavies on this one. So I'm going to squat to pick them up. So my heavies are 8 pounds. Your heavy might be 3 pounds. Use what you need. So from here, from standing, I'm going to start by taking my right leg back first. Yeah, right leg's going to come back first. Find your footing, find where you need to be. You want that front knee to be bent. Good. Now, from here, just to make sure everything's okay, just do a little dip. So both knees will bend here and take that back up. If that's okay, then here we go. Palms face forward. When you're let me go over this first. There's two ways you could do this, an easier way and a harder way. The easier way is you'll dip first and then bicep curl. The harder way is you're curling with the dip and coming back up. Okay, so you choose what you need to do here. And then once you're ready, here we go. Good. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take a break or keep going with me for 7 and 8. Good. From here, good. Lean forward, lower those weights. Make sure that your hands can come to the floor. Good. Front foot will step back. Take or skip a float. Maybe you'd rather have a child's pose here. Maybe you just want to work on a plank here. Woo. All kinds of possibilities. Take it where you can take it. And then once you're ready, from your downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward. Pressing through the legs, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. Now, from here, while you're bowed and your knees are bent, grab your weight. Get into those feet and legs. They take the load, not the back. Good. And then from here, forget to do that all again on the other side. So from here, now I'm going to set my left leg back. So you're in that high crescent lunge. Good. Make sure that you're okay here. Good. Now, triceps, you can use this with 1 weight or 2 weights. So I'm going to do this more as a French press. So I've got both of my weights here. Good. And then once you're ready, good, you're going to bend the elbows. Elbows are in tight. And just like before, you can dip, lift, and then press. Or you can do that on your way up. Okay? 8 times total. Zip up that core. If it's too much for the balance, then just go down to 1 weight. Here we go. 1, 2. Remember, I am strong. 3. Exhale on the lift. 4. 5. These are tough. You're doing a heavier weight. And it's the second set of your triceps. 7 and 8. Woo. Carefully take those forward. Bend that front knee, long body. As you release those weights, plant the hand, front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip that flow. Woo, feel those triceps. And take it back. From the down dog, when you're ready, we're going to bend the knees, look forward, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Good. Lift and lengthen halfway, pressing through the legs. Exhale and we'll bow. And weights can stay right where they are for right now, pressing through the legs, going all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Woo! So when you work that upper body and that lower body together, heart rate's going to come up a little bit with that. Okay, so we're going to take this into a warrior 2 flow, Let's start this one by coming to the side. We'll step it out wide. And just kind of find your stance here. And then when you're ready, good, we'll start to the left side first. So from the hip, everything's going to turn out to the left. And then from the right hip, everything will kind of turn inward a little bit. So remember, we rotate from the hip, not from the knee. Good. And then once you've got your stance and your alignment where you need it, good. Front hip will come back and then you can bend. Try not to shift the hip. Find your warrior 2. Breathe and expand. Once you're ready, good. You can lengthen that knee at any time. I'm going to take this back into exalted. Reaching up. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Find that warrior two. Good. We'll lengthen that front leg. We'll turn everything back to center. Let's just do a basic forward fold through center here. So hips, knees, and toes. Everything is tracking forward. Big inhale. Exhale. Good. Pressing through the outer edges of the feet and coming down. Maybe you need to move some stuff out of the way. Maybe not. Good. So you can stay here if you'd like. You can keep going. Keep a nice long back here. Unless the head naturally touches the floor, just let it be free. Pressing through the outer edges of the feet. Make the legs work. It's okay if you need a little bit of yield at the knees. And then from here, we'll come back up. Good. Let's take a twist. So my right hand is going to come under my face. I'm going to shift my hips to my left, pressing through that shoulder as I open up to the left. Now you can stay here. Those of you that want that little bind from that left shoulder, rotate behind you, and then you can take that half bind and opening up through that left shoulder. And then when we are ready, we will release, coming back down, hips back to center. Good. Left hand's going to come under the face. Shift the hips to the right, pressing through as you open to the right. You're welcome to stay right here. Or from that right shoulder, rotate, the palm faces behind you, and then maybe wrap, and then open up to that right shoulder. Well, my back apparently needed that one. It got a good pop out of it. Hopefully nobody heard that. And then once you're ready, but the body makes noises all the time as long as there's not pain involved. It's all good. Good. And then we will release, coming back down, hips back to center. Good. So a little bit of a bend in the knees. Good. Pressing all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to take the warrior two to the other side now. So from that hip, we're going to turn right foot out. From the left hip, everything's going to turn in. Good. Front hip will come back. You can find that knee bend if that's appropriate. And then finding your warrior two. Breathing. And notice if you tend to be more like this in your warrior two, or if you're way back here, where could you get yourself where you're more centered? And you might have to get some muscles open a little bit more before we get there. Good. You can bend that knee or lengthen it. I'm going to take it back on this one. And then once you're ready, good, we'll come back. We'll find warrior two. Good. So we'll lengthen. This time, as we turn everything in, turn everything out, hips, knees, and toes turn away. We'll take this into a sunrise flow. So big inhale. Good. Again, watch hip, knees, and toes track in that same direction. Try not to let the knees fall in. If they're doing that, try a wider stance. Don't be afraid to step out wide. And then from here, we'll just pause. Good. And then once you're ready, good, we'll come up from there. You can heel toe everything in or hop it together. Okay, we're going to go into deadlift, warrior three deadlift. Some of you are not going to do this with weight because you're just going to choose to do the motion. So I will show this to you here really quick. So if you're just doing this without the weights, and there's nothing wrong with doing that, and we've done that before, make sure your base leg, hip, knee, and toe are tracking forward. So then maybe you just look, like this. Maybe, hands are out, forward to the side, what have you. You'll bend both knees and come back up and then take it back again. Good. Now, those of you that want the weight into it, you can use one weight or two weights. So for example, like I've got two 2 pounds. If I put them together, that's going to be 4 pounds. Two 5-pound weights, it's going to be 10 pounds if I put them together. You can use one 8-pound. You put the two 8 pounds together, that's going to be 16 pounds. So be mindful as to what you choose to use. So for me, I'm going to take just one 8-pound here, and I'm going to hold it like this. Now, if you're holding two weights together, you want to kind of make sure that you're holding them in the way where you've got a good grip with both hands, if that's what you're going to do. But we're just going to do about 3 of these to each side. So be mindful. So now my right leg is my supporting leg. I'm zipped up nice and tight. Good. I'm going to take this down, and you don't have to come all the way to the floor. Good. And then that right glute, squeeze as I come back up. There's 1. Good. And 2. Good. And 3. The right glute's working hard. And taking that back up. Good. We'll do that to the other side. We do have stretches coming, I promise. So left leg now is going to be your base. Hip, knee, and toe track forward. You choose with or without weight. You're in charge of your weight. So here we go. When you're ready. Good. 1. Squeeze that left glute on the way back up. Make sure that hip, knee, and toe track forward. Very important. And 2. This is challenging with or without weight. And 3. Woo! I'm going to do that one again. I lost my balance. There was too close to this block. Good. So if you need to do another one again, you can do another one again, or just follow me. Normally, I wouldn't do that, but when you're working with weight, you do want to make sure that you're even. Okay, good. So from here, once you're ready, let us flow down to the floor, So from here, big inhale and we'll reach. Hands to heart center. Exhale, bend the knees as we come down. Inhale, press through the legs. Exhale, we'll bend and lower. Cleaning the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose take or skip a flow. I think I'm going to skip this one. And once you've made it to your down dog, good. You can come down onto your knees, find a child's pose. Knees can be together as wide as the matter, somewhere in between. Arms can be long in front of you. They can be by the ankles. Give yourself what you need where you need it. Breathe and expand. And when you're ready, good. We'll come up. Let's come up just a little bit here. Let's go ahead and come into another little stretch. I'm just going to roll those out of the way. Good. So I'm going to walk my hands over towards my left. As I come over, I'm going to walk my right fingertips forward, lifting my hips a little bit, pressing into the left hand as I sink towards the right. So breathing and expanding here. And then once ready, we'll come out of there, walk back center, half or full child's pose here. And then when you're ready, good. We'll walk those hands over towards the right. As you walk the left fingertips forward, lift the hips slightly. Good. Press into the right hand as you sink towards the left. And then when you're ready, we'll come up, come back to center one more time, half or full child's pose. Let the back reset itself for a moment. And then when you're ready, good. You'll come up and find a seat. So I'm going to sit on my blanket here. I'm also going to take a drink of my water. Always practice with water. And then we're going to do a seated forward fold. We're going to open up just a little bit here again. before we go into another little round of weights. So from here, take a big inhale and reach. Long spine, come forward. When you can come no more with that long spine, good. Your arms can come down. Good. Now I'm pulling on my big toes here, but you don't have to do that. I'm taking my chest a little bit more forward. It's giving me a little bit more of a low back stretch. Also giving me just a little bit of a stretch on the back of the hamstrings. And then once you're ready, good, we'll come back up. Take your right foot in. Good. Right foot into that left thigh. Good. Big inhale and we'll reach. Long back again, lean forward. And then when you can come no more, if it's safe to continue to fold in, you can. If flexion's not for you, keep that long back. The hamstrings probably want the stretch after those deadlifts, the Warrior 3 deadlifts. And then when you're ready, good, we'll come up from there. We're gonna do that same thing on the other side. So your right leg's gonna be long. Good, take your left foot in to the right side, sitting up nice and tall, big inhale. Exhale, good long back as you come forward. This might be it, or if it's okay, you can fold in. Oh, this is my tighter side today. Usually that's the other side. Just always noticing the differences between one side and the other. And then when ready, good, we'll walk that back up. Okay, from here, good. Let's just take a gentle twist. Relaxing the shoulders, we're twisting from length. Then we'll come back to center. We'll go to the other side. Good. Use your backhand to help you with that length and support. And then coming back to center. Let's go into some abs. We'll take this into Russian twist. So I'm going to continue to sit on my blanket. Now, again, the heavier the weight, whether it's an individual one or a couple that you're combining, the harder you will make this. I'm going to come back into my 8-pounder here. Good. Knees are going to be bent about hip width apart. Back's going to stay long. You're going to hold your weight right at your chest. And then with the long back, you're going to lean back. Okay. Not so much that the feet want to fly up and it's a super balance challenge, but enough to where you feel those core muscles engaged. And then relaxing the shoulders. Here we go. Go left and right. And 2, 3, belly button in. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Coming back up, release that weight, fold forward, take any little stretch here that your body needs you to take. When you're ready, we're going to come onto the belly. So for this one, we're going to do a little bit of a delt lift here as well. I don't recommend anything over a medium level weight, so probably not too much more than 5 pounds. I'm going to use my 2-pounders here. So these are hard. If they were easy, everybody would do them, but they are hard. It's a hard place to work, but it's a good place to work. So definitely start off light if you're using the weight and then build up from there. So from here, good. Get that out of the way. My legs are about hip width apart here. Okay, you can wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And then I've got my hands on my weight. And so I'm going to take them forward and then I'm going to kind of take them to the corner. So kind of think about the corner of your mat here. So zipping up that front body, big inhale. Good. You're going to lift the right and lower. left, and lower, right, lower, left, lower. Now, if that's enough of a challenge for you, alternating there, go ahead and stay there. Those of you that want more challenge, we're going to lift both together. So zipping up and in. Good. Here we go. In and lower. And lift and lower. And lift and lower. And lift and lower. Good. Now, super hard. Good. We're going to do this 2 times. So if you're alternating, you're still going to get the work in. So whenever you're ready, good. Lift and hold. And lower. And either other side or together. Lift and hold. And lower. You can leave those right there. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle those hips. Hands under the shoulders. Press back. Take a child's pose. Good. And then when you're ready, good. We're going to take medium or heavy weight, depending on where it is you're practicing. If you've never done chest lifts or flies before, again, start off light. Go to my 8 pounds here. Good. And we're going to come on through the back. Actually, you know what? Before you grab your weight for this work, once you come onto your back, bring the knees into the chest and just give that low back a little stretch, a rock. So we're going to do a chest lift and a fly combo. So good. I'm going to start bending here. My elbows are out and I'm right at the middle of the chest level here. So here's my chest press. Good. I'm going to turn the palms toward each other. There's my fly. Bringing that back up. Palms towards the feet. Chest press. Turning together. Fly. Come right before you touch the floor. Good. Chest press. Fly. Belly buttons in nice and tight. Chest press. Fly. One more time through. Chest press. And fly. Good. We'll bend those elbows down. We'll take those to the side. We're done with the weights now. Woohoo! Good. So I'm just going to push everything else out of the way here. Good. Rolling the shoulders back. Take your right arm across the body. Good. Just kind of let the left arm come underneath. Just kind of find a nice little stretchy position for it. And we'll take that to the other side. Kind of find it where you need to find it. And then from here, good. Rolling the shoulders back, arms are at your side. Hips, knees, and toes are going to track here. They're nice and parallel. Good. Pressing into the arms, shoulders, and feet. Lift the hips up. Lift up through that chest. You'll get a better back bend. Some of you might even want to clasp hands here, opening up that chest and shoulders just a little bit more. Some of you maybe not. And then once you're ready, and we'll gently come out of the bridge, bringing your knees into the chest. And we'll rock side to side. Let's go into a supine cobbler's pose. I'm going to take the soles of the feet together here. We're letting the heels come down towards the groin, knees out. If this isn't for you, come to a happy adult. Knees are going to bend, but you're going to grab at the shins. Just a little bit less intensity. Good. Upper body is on the floor. And I am able to press my knees more toward that edge of the mat. So if you can do that, that's great. If not, do what you can. And we'll gently release. Okay, let's continue with the stretch. Taking the hand behind the right leg and travel up as high as I can go. Maybe pointing and flexing through that foot. Maybe rolling that ankle around in one direction. And then the other. Good. From here, when you're ready, left leg could come longer, putting a bend in that right knee, left hand to the outside of that right thigh. Good. Take that twist. Take that twist to the left, trying to keep right shoulder grounded, looking to the right. If you cannot hold your ankle up knee height, because the knee doesn't like it hanging down, you put a block under there. And when ready, we'll come back. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. So now, hands will come behind the left leg. Let them travel up as high as they can go. And point and flex. And we go into some circles. Good. And then gently we'll release. Good. We'll put a bend in that knee. Right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Good. And we're going to twist it to the right. Good. Be careful of that ankle with respect to the knee. Breathing and expanding. And then we'll come back to center. Good. Both knees into the chest. And we'll rock, 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 side to side. Good. Forget to take it into Shavasana here. So you can let everything come long and flop open. If it would feel better to you to put a bend in the knees, constructive rest, please feel free to go there. That's where I'm going to choose. And then get where you can roll the shoulders back, maybe adjust clothing, and work out the kink. I'm going to encourage you to take this Shavasana rest as necessary. It's never a waste of time. Just be with yourself for a few moments. Taking some deep breaths here, knowing you can stay here as long as you need. And choose stillness, and by the movement of the fingers and the toes, maybe taking head and neck from side to side. Choosing stillness, you can bring the knees into the chest, or maybe a nice full body stretch would feel better to you right now. Just find what works for you right now. And then when you're ready, good. Bending in both knees, rolling over to the right or left side that works best for you in this moment. Taking all the time that you need here. And when you're ready, press yourself up to a seat. Now from that seat, just take a moment, find your length. We're going to do a couple neck stretches here because sometimes when we do weight, you get a little tension up here. So let that chin come towards the chest. Just let gravity give you that nice stretch. And we'll come back up. Good. Let the left ear go to the left shoulder without lifting up either shoulder. So you can play with different angles here if needed. Ooh, there's one right there for me. And then we'll come back center. Right ear, right shoulder, keeping both shoulders down. Again, you can stay right here, or you can play with maybe taking that chin down somewhere. And then coming back to center. Big inhale and we'll reach, 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 reach. As you bring the hands together and then bring them down, stop the thumbs at the forehead for good and true thoughts. To the lips for good and kind words, and to the heart for open and loving hearts. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted, no gain is ever reversed. May you be safe, may you stay well, may you always find ways to be strong. Namaste.